everyone, Griff Hamlin here. Welcome and thanks for joining me. Today I have just a fun, what I call a music store blues. In other words, something that could be played by yourself, like you walk into a music store, grab something down off the wall, you want to try it out. Could be acoustic, could be electric, no telling. This should work no matter what. Don't have a pick in your pocket? No sweat. Play it with your fingers, okay? Any of the above and all of this will work. All right, so let me kind of walk you through not only the notes involved, but also some of the ideas behind this. So I'm going to go ahead and set the pick down. You know, I can play those low notes with the pick, or I can play them with my finger. Okay, so either way is going to work. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm thinking slow blues in G. I'm thinking G9. You could think G7. But I'm thinking a G9 chord, okay? And in this case, I'm gonna use the root note, right? This low G down here, this is my bass. This is, you'll notice that in most cases, this is gonna start us out. The root or the bass root of the chord, okay? So if my G9, this is a move I commonly call the stormy slide, if you've ever seen it before. But if you haven't, what I'm doing is I'm striking the bass note, and notice that that first one is short. One, and I'm sliding up the third fret on the second and the fourth string. I'm going to strike those and immediately slide them up to the fifth fret. And then I'm going to kill it. And then I'm going to return to the third fret and strike it again. So in slow motion, it's like this. 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and then I'm going to throw down that, which might seem a little out of place. It's actually from the major blues or the major pentatonic sound. And I just thought it'd be a fun little change of pace. So that's the 7th fret on the 6th string, 5th and 7th on the 5th string. That shape right there, starting with the G, adding in that A, B, D, and E, that makes the G major pentatonic sound. And you can repeat it octave after octave. And I have other videos with how to do that, but for right now, that's what we're using. And then I'm going to do the C. Notice the same idea, everything's just moved up a string. All right, so this is now the first and the third string. Instead of the G, the C's here. Right, thinking again, C9. And then I'm gonna 5th fret on the 4th string, 3rd fret on the 4th string, 5th fret on the 5th string, back to the G. Okay, so let's go through those first two bars because they're kind of fundamental. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Now we're on to the next G. We're going to play a little lick here. Okay, so you'll probably notice this is very much out of G minor box 1. 6th, 3rd, 6th, 3rd on the 1st and 2nd string. Now I'm going to slide from the 5th to the 7th on the 3rd string, grab that 6th fret on the 2nd string, slide back to the 5th fret on the 3rd string, 3rd fret on the 3rd string, back to my G on the 4th string. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and So again, it's not too fast. I could play it with my fingers, but if you prefer, it's no problem to play it with a pick. Okay, so that's the 3rd bar. So moving on to the 4th bar, just like the 1st. 5th bar, sounds just like the second, except instead of those being the last three notes, which lead me back to the G, I'm going to be staying on the C. So I'm going to use the C major pentatonic. So I'm that same 7th fret on the 5th string now, 5th and 7th on the 4th string. Okay, so bar 5. And then again, I'm going to hit my root note for bar 6th. Then I'm going to jump into the G minor pentatonic scale, box 2, starting at the 7th fret of the 3rd string, 6 and 8 on the 2nd, 6, 8 bent up a whole step on the 1st string. Then I'm going to do a grace note, 6 to 8. If you can't do the grace note, just hit the 8th fret on the 1st string by itself. And then coming into the next bar, I'm going to actually, instead of playing that low G, I'm going to finish out my lick. Okay, so this is the beginning of bar 7, and I'm going to play the 6th on the 1st string and the 8 on the 2nd string, and then go back to, I'll say, my rhythm. So even though I'm replacing that with that, I come back to this, have my little move here, that major pentatonic again, and then a little fill to get me to the 5 chord, 6th fret on the 2nd string. Now I'm going to do a little quick slide from the 6th to the 5th on the 3rd string. If you can't do that, just play the 5th fret on the 3rd string, 3rd fret on the 3rd string, 5th fret. This is all, you know, G minor, box 1. And now I'm at D9, right? So you can imagine I'm going to do just like I would have done at C9. Right? This will be at the 9th fret now instead of the 7th. And now down to the C. And now a little fill to get me to my turnaround. So on the and of 3, so I'm going to grab the 3rd fret on the 1st string, 3rd fret on the 2nd, 6th on the 2nd. This is all box 1 stuff. 3rd and 6th on the 1st string. Then my G9. I'm going to grab the top. What I sometimes do, and if you can, since this is beat 1 of the turnaround, bar 11, if you can reach your thumb around, or you can somehow play both notes, it sounds cool if you can get both notes. It's easiest to do it with your thumb if you can reach it around. And then what I'm going to do here is just walk down on the 4th string. So 3rd fret, 2nd fret, 1st fret, open, 3, 4, 5 on the 5th string, grab that D9, and then I just ended it on a G7. You could end it on a G9, a G13, or you might keep going from there. So really this is, you know, just a lot of different little ideas that I just kind of mix and matched together. Now, of course, if you were to take that and, you know, mix and match them together in a different way, you could play a second chorus. And this is the way that you kind of, you know, the more of these little cool ideas that you get, you sort of build them one on top of the other, and before you know it, you can play for 20 minutes without ever repeating yourself. But that's not what we're doing right here. Now, this is just something kind of fun. So I'm going to play through it again. I'm going to count it, and I'll play it a little bit slowly. Hopefully you can play it with me, and of course you can always back up and go do it again. And then I'll play it one more time through at full speed for you. So let's, why don't you try and play it along with me this time. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 2, 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And again, you can just, rewind and keep doing that with me until you get the hang of it. Of course, I encourage you to count it out for yourself. It makes all the difference. But let me play it through for you one more time. 3, 4. And that's going to do it for me today, so thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed this little fun thing and have some fun with it. Try it out for yourself. And as always, I look forward to seeing you in the next video.